If you're excited to discover what really happened to Atlantis, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell to follow the journey. More than 2,000 years ago, an ancient philosopher described a powerful island civilization that vanished beneath the sea in a single day and night. Since then, the name Atlantis has become one of the greatest mysteries in human history. But what do we actually know, and what is pure legend? Atlantis is one of the most famous lost civilizations ever mentioned in ancient history. Yet, surprisingly, everything we know about Atlantis comes from a single source. The story was first recorded over 2,300 years ago by the Greek philosopher Plato. Plato described Atlantis in two of his works, Timaeus and Critias. According to these texts, Atlantis was a powerful island civilization located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, a term commonly associated with the modern Strait of Gibraltar. Plato claimed the story itself was much older, passed down through generations from Egyptian priests to Greek lawmakers. According to Plato, Atlantis was an advanced and wealthy society. The city was said to be built in a series of concentric rings of land and water, featuring sophisticated engineering, organized agriculture, and abundant natural resources. Its people were described as intelligent and capable, living under laws meant to maintain balance and order. However, Plato's account also makes something very clear. Atlantis was not destroyed because of technology or knowledge, but because of moral decline. As the Atlanteans became more powerful, they grew greedy and arrogant. They attempted to dominate neighboring regions, abandoning the values that once made their civilization stable. Plato writes that this corruption led to divine punishment. In a catastrophic natural disaster involving earthquakes and floods, Atlantis sank into the sea in a single day and night. After that moment, the island was said to be completely lost. From a scientific and historical perspective, there is no physical evidence confirming the existence of Atlantis as a real place. No ruins, no inscriptions, and no archaeological remains have been conclusively linked to Plato's description. Because of this, many historians believe Atlantis was intended as a philosophical allegory, a cautionary tale about the dangers of pride, corruption, and unchecked power. Despite the lack of evidence, the story of Atlantis has inspired centuries of speculation. Some researchers have suggested possible inspirations, such as the volcanic destruction of the Minoan civilization on the island of Thera, modern-day Santorini. Others link the legend to ancient flood myths that appear across many cultures. However, mainstream scholars agree on one key point. Atlantis, as described by Plato, cannot currently be verified as a historical civilization. Its power lies not in proof, but in symbolism. Atlantis exists at the boundary between myth, philosophy, and history. Whether it was real or imagined, its story has survived for over 2 millennia because it reflects a universal truth. Civilizations rise, flourish, and fall, not always because of nature, but often because of their own actions. Atlantis reminds us that knowledge without wisdom is dangerous, and power without restraint is fragile. The city may have sunk beneath the sea, but its message continues to surface again and again throughout human history. Atlantis may never be